People have been waiting long enough. We're going to bring in my man, Hatsu Fantasy Football, dropping in. I know you all have been patiently waiting to get your fantasy football questions in. Hatsu, what's going on?
What's happening, B? What's up, baby?
Now, the first thing is I got a bone to pick with you, and some other people got a bone to pick with you. I know that you go off and you have I told you so segment. Do you have I got it absolutely wrong segment?
Hey, if you go on and you watch the show, man, I say it. If I'm wrong, man.
Because I took your advice last week,
Trevor Lawrence.
bench Trevor Lawrence, and I end up losing the game by 10 points and gave up basically 24 points that I would have gotten extra points for Trevor Lawrence.
Who'd you start, B?
Matthew Stafford, who you literally said on the show, get Matthew Stafford in your lineup. Now, Hatsu, look here. Don't get quiet now. Don't get quiet now. I need to know.
I'm not. Look, number one. How many people benched Trevor Lawrence last week? Not because I said so, but just because he's been playing like crap. Bro, he put up 0 touchdowns last game, right? Before that, he's hit or miss, man. He's probably had like 2 or 3 good games all year. Like, he's been terrible. So it's not like you were going to say, oh, I'm starting Trevor Lawrence this week and felt good about it. Like,
I felt great about it because my man Hatsu said it.
You ain't. Hey, look, man, I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Be not real for real. If I was perfect, everybody would be on my show and everybody would be a millionaire right now. You know what I'm saying? But there's nobody that's perfect, right? I went 8 for 10, man. 8 for 10. Everybody that I said start double-digit points, either a wide receiver 1, wide receiver 2, RB1, RB2. I called 2 RB1s, one wide receiver 1 and one wide receiver 2 last week. All my starts was on a hit. Three of my sits was a hit. So, I went 8 for 10. Hey, I apologize, man. I can't be perfect. I benched Trevor Lawrence as well. You know what I'm saying? But I still won that. I still won that league because I had a Brock Purdy. I benched him for Brock.
Well, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. We got some people here. Week 12, Sam Howell or Jordan Love start?
Bench Sam Howell, start Jordan Love this week. Sam Howell's going against a real tough defense, man. Really tough defense. Yeah. You already know what the Cowboys bring. A lot of disruption on the line. Sam Howell's not going to be able to just sit back there and pick them apart. He's not running the ball. He's going to be getting sacked. A lot of disarray. I see a couple picks. I don't see Sam Howell having a big game. He might have a decent game, but not a big game. Jordan Love, however, has thrown for over 300 yards in the past 2 games. Is looking really, really good. And he's going to have to pass. Aaron Jones is out. Dylan is, he's decent, but the defense that he's playing against, terrible in the secondary. The receivers have been stepping up over there. I think Christian Watson's hurt, but he hasn't really been doing anything anyway. The kid Reed, y'all should have picked him up off the waiver wire. He's been making big plays, running the ball, receiving the ball, and you got Dobbs is a beast, certified.
Gotcha.
Jordan Love is also going to be running that ball. He'll get you a running touchdown easy.
Yeah, and he is. And while the Packers aren't great, we're talking fantasy football. Jordan Love is not a horrible start.
He's not.
He's a good start. So, who do you got this week? Talking top 5. Let's just do top 3 right now. Got to start. Got to start and sits. Top 3.
Everybody's having a problem at tight end right now. It's been a terrible landscape for the entire tight end over the last 12 weeks or 11 weeks. David Njoku is on a lot of waiver wires. He's been sitting on people's bench. A couple people have been starting him if they had no other option. But right now, with the Dorian kid throwing the ball, he dumped down to him 15 targets last week. Okay, there's no more Deshaun Watson in that offense. If he's getting 15 targets, man, that's a guaranteed 8 catches. You know what I'm saying? From a tight end perspective, Kelsey's not even doing that right now. So in my perspective, if you have David Njoku or you have access to get him, pick him up and start him this week. He's my number 1 start on my top 5 starts. And I'm not just going to go out there and grab guys that, the big names. That's why you never see a lot of big names on my start list. You see, I go down that list, man, and find those people there ranking really low. And I say, you know what? This guy right here needs to start this week.
I
So,
got you.
yeah, man, it's not like I'm out here just picking the top guys, man. I'm picking trash and I'm turning them into gold.
I hear you. I
Yeah,
hear you.
they're also going against they're going against Denver, who was ranked last in the league against the tight end. Let me throw that out there.
And that's
Raheem,
true.
go ahead.
No, I was just saying that's true. I know the Denver's been playing decent the last few weeks on defense. However, against the tight end, they're giving up yards.
Yep. Another guy I really like this week. I was gonna say Raheem Mostert, which he is on my top 5 start list, is actually number 2 because Achan is out. And
Again.
even though Mostert didn't have a big game last week, he had 24 touches. 24
Right.
touches means you have, and everybody know he has big playability. But let's not talk about Raheem right now. Let's talk about Gus Edwards.
Okay.
Let's talk about Gus Edwards. So think about it. Gus Edwards been having 9 touchdowns in the last 5 games. That's almost 2 touchdowns a game, right? He's getting all the goal line work. Not only that, they just lost the tight end for the year.
Yeah.
Okay. So now Baltimore's like, okay, are they going to be passing as much or are we going to focus more on the run? Lamar Jackson had more running yards. As soon as he went out, we got to do something else. I think they're going to lean more on the run for the next couple games. The passing, I mean, yeah, the passing game is decent, but it hasn't been what we thought it was going to be this year. And that running game is tough. Not only that, the kid Mitchell is really helping open up that offense a lot more on the ground, getting the ball onto the outside, catching the rock. So, in my opinion, Gus Edwards gets a majority of the carries.
Right.
And he's also going to get more work just because of the fact that they're not going to the tight end. Those touches got to go somewhere. I don't see them going to the receivers. We got one receiver, Flowers over there, and then there's everybody else. Yeah, we got Odell Beckham, but
it's a shell of himself.
Exactly. I mean, it's still Odell. Throw it in the vicinity, he'll catch it. But is he gonna break big gains? That's I guess is my point. So Gus Edwards, man, Gus Edwards and Lamar Jackson get an upgrade for me after losing, in my opinion, just because the rush game and how many points you can get off rushing yards.
Makes sense. Who should we sit this week?
My sits this week, Jalen Waddle. I told you to sit him last week. I'm gonna tell you the exact same thing. New York Jets defense shut Gabe Davis down last week, who was the number 2 over there for 0 catches.
Right.
New York Jets also shut down Stephon Diggs, their number 1 receiver, for 4 catches for 27 yards last week. New York Jets is the number 1 secondary in the league, and they're shutting every receiver down every time they play. Very little have been able to get off on those guys. So why will we go out there and start Jalen Waddle when he's the number 2 receiver in that offense?
Got it.
All right. Another guy we need to bench, man, in my opinion, is going to be James Cook.
Okay.
James Cook has been doing his thing, right? But he's going against Philly. Any running back going against Philly, you got to be a monster. James Cook's not a monster, right?
No.
And he's good, but he hasn't been great. And that's on regular defenses, some subpar defenses. So, in my opinion, we bench Cook this week. I mean, again, Philly's giving up. Before last game, which Pacheco ended up putting up 89 yards on them boys, they were shutting whole teams down to 66 yards rushing per game in the last 10 games.
Correct.
So that tells me bench James Cook. Let Josh Allen cook. Or, let Josh Allen's work, and we shutting down Cook. The other bench, big bench that I got on everybody's going to be like, what the hell are you talking about? Davante Adams. Bench him. He's my number 5 bench. And the reason I said this, he has going against Kansas City's defense, who shut A.J. Brown down to 1 catch, 8 yards just this last game.
Yes.
Everybody understands that. So why am I going to go start Davante Adams when his quarterback is horrible? Right. If I'm going to do anything in this game, I'm going to get KC defense and start him.
Gotcha. I gotcha. Got a question here. As far as, let me pull it up. They were talking about the Browns or the Cowboys defense. Who should you start this week?
Browns defense. But I'm taking Browns over the Cowboys. I got the Browns in the. I was trying to pick Browns up in as many leagues as I could a week before this week, just to man. I think they're going to have a huge game. They're going against a terrible quarterback, terrible offense.
Got it. Now, here's a question. Browns and Dolphins defense. Dolphins defense has been coming on here lately, man.
And they're playing a terrible offense as well.
Yes.
The quarterback is who is the quarterback? You know what I'm saying? So let's get Miami in there. So I like Miami or I got Miami too. I got 23 leagues, fellas. You know, I'm big on I went and grabbed the Titans defense this week. So
Gotcha.
yeah, they're going against the sus. I think they're going against Carolina.
Suspect.
Anybody facing a suspect quarterback, that's who I want. It's going to cause turnovers, going to get a lot of sacks, and that's what we want, and not a lot of yardage. You know, Chase Young over there is not throwing for 300.
No, he's not.
No, he's not. And the running game is doing absolutely nothing. So
absolutely nothing.
Those are the defenses I want.
Got a good question here talking about the opinion on the running back situation in Houston. Singletary putting up starter numbers without Pierce around. Should we get him in our lineup?
Man, I talked about this 2 weeks ago. Go check out my show. Everybody whoever's asking my boy, hey man, check out my show. I said start Devin Singletary last week, and then I said no, and then the week before that. So the 2 games he blew up, I said start him. You got to get him in your lineups. They gave him the ball 25 plus times. The game before that, he rushed 30 times. So what that's telling us is, okay, to take a little off of CJ Stroud.
Right.
He's still a rookie, even though he's throwing up 350 plus. He's still a rookie. But now those defenses the secondary has to go backwards. Linebackers got to backpedal instead of come up, right? So it's opening up the lanes for Singletary. He's getting 5-6 yards a pop. It was something crazy the average last week. I forgot what it was. It was something crazy, like 7 yards a pop, man. This guy's going off, man. Get him in your lineups. That's my thoughts on Devin Singletary.
Got it. Got a good question over here for TikTok. They are saying Calvin Ridley, Zach Charbonnet, Brian Robinson, or Garrett Wilson.
Okay. Back to the first one was
Calvin Ridley.
I'm out on Calvin Ridley. I know he had a big game, right? Got to show me 2 times in a row. Not one time this season has he had a big game and then came back and had another big game. He is hit or miss, just like his quarterback, Trevor Lawrence. They got to show me 2 weeks in a row before I even thinking about starting Calvin Ridley. Next person.
Zach Charbonnet. It's going to be a game time decision because I think they don't know if Kenneth Walker is going to play or not.
Kenneth Walker's out. They're not going to test. They're going to test their baby. They're not going to
on a Thursday game on a short week. I don't think so.
Sir, he's out. I've been following up. I believe they already said he's out. If they haven't, it's trending that way. Charbonnet, start him.
Even against the 49ers.
He's young and he's fresh. 49ers run D isn't all that.
It's not that great. That's right.
Man. It's in the middle. It's in the middle right now.
Yeah. Yes.
They're in the middle, like 16th, 17th. So
got it.
Start them.
Brian Robinson been playing well the last few weeks.
He has, but look who he's going against this week.
Cowboys.
Not
gonna be good.
No, sir. I'm out on Brian Robinson this week. I got Brian Robinson. I got him in 3 leagues. He's on all 3 of my benches right now. I got better options.
I got you. And then the last one is Garrett Wilson. I'm out just because his quarterback.
There's not even a Zach Wilson. Isn't it another quarterback this week? Yeah. Not even if it was Zach Wilson, maybe. Charbonnet, if that was a flex talk for you, I'm Charbonnet all day.
And this is just something not necessarily fantasy football wise, because I think Zach Wilson, while he's been bad, this isn't all his fault on what's going on with the Jets, man.
It's not
crazy.
It's not, man. It's just, man, it's unfortunate what's going on with the Jets. You know,
somebody agree,
man. You gotta persevere.
You gotta persevere. Let's see. What do we got over here? My man says, hot soup. DeVito, Giants, ain't no punk, though. Why are people all over this, man, after that 1 week last week?
Gotta show me.
Do it.
Gotta, with a no name, just jump in. You gotta show me twice.
Yeah.
And even if that, I'm going into I need to win these games for the playoffs. Why am I going to bench somebody I drafted for a guy that's just hot and had a lucky game? Show me 3 times, and then I believe with him.
Got it.
That's my boy Golf Hawk, man. I see you, baby. Yes, sir.
Golf Hawk is always on. He is one of our main people that are in here every week, man. He supports us like crazy.
Always showing me love, man. I appreciate you, big dog.
So, quarterback-wise, give me 3 that we got to put on the bench this week that you just, nope, not a good week quarterback-wise?
Man, a lot of people gonna hate me for this, but Jared Goff.
Mm.
I think last time he played Green Bay, he had 210 yards passing, a touchdown, and a pick. And they won 34 to like 20 or something like that.
Right.
And in that game, David Montgomery was an animal. Also, Gibbs. Now, with the way that Gibbs and Montgomery have been running, I don't see that script really changing too much. They know how to beat Green Bay. They know how they beat Green Bay last time.
Right.
Why are we going to change it up?
Right.
In my opinion. All right. Now, Green Bay's secondary isn't the greatest, right? They're in the mid-range too. But I like to go back and see, okay, what did he do last time? You know what I'm saying? You think that defense ain't going to go say, okay, how do we shut him down? Now we got to shut down the run. You think they're just going to let him throw the ball? I don't think so. I think that the best way to beat Detroit is make them run and try to stop the run. Because that passing game, if it catches fire, boy, it's over with. So, in my opinion, I'm benching Jared Goff. He's actually on my top 5 sit list this week.
Okay. Who else we got at quarterback position?
Another quarterback. Hold on, let me look on here real quick. Let me go to I just had it in my. I was thinking about it earlier. Off the top of my head, there was a guy I saw, and I was like, no. We already talked about Sam Howell, and then Geno Smith. Bench Geno.
Oof.
Yeah, bench Geno. Bench Geno this week.
Especially he might be hurt and against the 49ers. Not good.
Yep. Bench Russell Wilson as well. Russell Wilson going against Cleveland's defense.
It'll be tough, but Russ has been cooking though, Soup.
Russ has
been cooking.
Russ has. You can run decent on Cleveland, man. You can't pass on Cleveland.
That's the thing. You can run the football on Cleveland. You cannot pass which is
Cleveland,
odd,
man.
But you can't throw that football. That pass rush and that secondary is a monster.
Yep. Patrick Mahomes got to go see Las Vegas. They ain't been really looking good. He needs a big time receiver. They need to get that man somebody over there, Devontae Adams or something like that, man, for real.
And I was going to ask, because I got this question. You think Patrick Mahomes is still the number 1 fantasy football quarterback in the league? I don't think so anymore.
Nah, man, he's not. He's top 3, okay? You know why? Because he has absolutely nothing. He still gets it done. So
you're right.
He's still that guy, but if he had someone else, he'd be where we want him to be. Losing Tyreek hurt him. Everybody say, no, it didn't. He threw for this. He threw for that. It hurt him, man. It hurt him. Look, how many times last game did we see him throw the ball and them receivers just not be able to run under it or drop it? Tyreek was running under everything, taking it to the house. It was so easy for him. He just throw it up. He can't do that no more. So he had to change up his game, which made him better. He just don't got no receivers. I mean, Rashee Rice is the coldest thing I've seen out there after he catches the ball.
Got it.
Those other he got some fast receivers, but they can't catch.
They can't catch
everybody. They can't catch, man.
Yeah.
How many drops they have this last game?
Whew, ugly.
It was ugly.
Yeah, it was ugly.
All through the game, not just at the end, all through the game.
Correct. So, man, let's see. What else, man? What else?
Rashad White's killing it. Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. Rashad White is killing it.
I don't have Rashad White in one league. I've been out on him all season. He was terrible at the beginning of the season, but he's coming on strong. Getting a lot of receptions, man. He's a PPR monster. Yeah,
he is. He is absolutely
Yep.
dominating what is going on right now. Well, hey, man, I want to thank you for coming in today, pre-Turkey Day.
Yes, sir.
To get us a little stuff because we got some games tomorrow, man. So it's important. We got to get our lineups in.
Got to get our lineups right. That's right.
So I appreciate it, man. Thank you for joining us again. Again, as always, tell everybody, Soup, where everybody can find you at, man.
Y'all can check the Soup out, man, on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube. Go on, like and subscribe. Once again, you can always drop me comments. You can also ask questions. I go into my servers and I make sure that I answer everybody's questions within 24 hours. I go on that thing daily, man. And so I'll give you, if you have any questions, you're wondering what should I do? I'm leaning this way. I'm leaning this way. Hey, you're looking for the recipe. I got the ingredients for your soup.
All right, man. I appreciate it. And we will see you next week, man. Have a good holiday.
Yes, sir. You too, B.
All right.
All right.